Okay. Good morning once more. I'm Mr. Unisa Kanu, a surgical community health officer, presently working with PIH partners in health in Sierra Leone as Koidu Government Hospital. Of course, I'm also the chairperson for the Operating Room Global Sierra Leone chapter. So I'm here today presenting a
Can you
case.
make it on a slide view? On a slide view, or this is a PowerPoint, right? You can make it on a slide more down there on the right bottom corner.
Uh, is the front okay? I'm still not seeing the
Yeah, just
size.
proceed. Just proceed. Okay, you can proceed. You can go.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to present my life case, history of a miraculous journey of a mother who overcome a tragic cardiac arrest, who overcome twice cardiac arrest, and then with a successful permitting CS, which was done in a low resource setting here, like here in Sierra Leone at the Koidu Government Hospital. It's like a case report. Of course, I'm your presenter, Mr. Unisa kanu. Also having my author, Hailemariam Getachew, is part of the presentation, and Foday Mansaray. Of course, the abstracts in this presentation, we are going to talk about cardiac arrest that occurred due to an acute pulmonary edema in pregnancy as one of the uncommon events that normally occur potentially, and it's actually disastrous outcome. We are reporting this case of a pregnant woman who had a preeclampsia that was referred in our facility, then presented with an advanced pulmonary edema and subsequently went into a cardiac arrest. She had arrest twice during admission. First, on admission, an hour later of resuscitation, then she came and also recovered from the arrest. And an hour later, she also had a second arrest and in the observation ward. And we are also going to talk about a peri-mortem CS that was performed in addition to cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So this simultaneous treatment results in the excellent maternal and neonatal outcomes. So, of course, just like I said, this is a case history followed by an incredible story of a patient named Mrs. KK. She's 30 years old woman who survived um, a horrific cardiac arrest twice. Of course,
Is
her
uh
resilience.
is the
Yes, ma'am.
slide moving? It's not moving. It's on slide number one. Is it moving or for you?
For me, it's moving.
Oh, okay. Just proceed. Just proceed.
Due to emergency assistance and see how coupled with the prompt medical intervention and the support of the team that's played a crucial role in her remarkable recovery. On the background, when we say cardiopulmonary resuscitation in pregnant women is very uncommon event with an estimated incidence of 1 in every 30,000 pregnancies. However, once a pregnant woman goes into cardiopulmonary arrest, and the prognosis is worse than in any other population, with a report survival of rates of 6.9%. Of course, hemorrhage and hypertensive disorder in pregnancy are the topmost causes of maternal cardiac arrest. So I'm presenting this a case in January 2024 of Mrs. KK. She is gravid at 6 para 4, a mother who was referred from one of the peripheral health unit with a diagnosis of pre-eclampsia with severe features, coupled with a difficult breathing. Tragically, she stopped when she suddenly collapsed at our observation immediately on admission. She had her first cardiac arrest at the observation. So, emergency response and care that was given to this woman. So, our emergency staff, emergency team, like a midwife in charge, immediately recognized the severity of this condition, and then dial emergency service and then call for help. Like in low resource setting, for example, like us here, in order to mobilize this emergency response, so we thought it fit that using a bell to ring, that will also help to even tell this emergency staff that there is an issue in this ward, than sending or calling a consultant that we have a patient in observation in ward 1 that went into cardiac arrest. So when immediately the bell rang, you will immediately know in this ward there is an emergency. And like the midwife, all health workers will then rush that particular ward to render the emergency response. Of course, monitoring then attach use the ECG that shows asystolic, and there were no central pulse, and the patient was apneic. Then, considering the scenario, the anesthetic then intubate the patient, and immediately cardiopulmonary resuscitation was and then started. The medical intervention, within 1 minute, the patient went into cardiac. The resuscitation team, the surgeon, the anesthetics, midwife, nurses, and assistant, then continue the CPR and quickly assess the situation on ground, confirming that Madam KK has experienced a cardiac arrest, secondary to severe pulmonary edema and extreme high BP of 200 over 114 millimeter mercury, with a profound pink and frothy fluid coming out of the lung through suctioning. The resuscitation team then continue advanced life support measures, including controlled ventilation, CPR, continuous lung functioning, inotropic support to restore her cardiac activities. So the resuscitation still continues. Incredibly, while while performing the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, the obs and then immediately, in peri-mortem CS, we have the four golden rules. Within 4 to 5 minutes, the baby should be delivered in order to help maternal circulation. So the obstetric and ecology surgeon that was around immediately performed this peri-mortem CS within 4 minutes and deliver the baby within 5 minutes while cardiopulmonary resuscitation was ongoing. Of course, it's a twin pregnancy. We are both the babies we are alive. Immediately the baby we are delivered, then the baby we are sent to SCBU, special baby care unit. During resuscitation, another 2 units of whole blood was transfused. IV antihypertensive and diuretics were given. Luckily, the patient, Madam KK, then sustained our pulse rate, which was returned, and she started spontaneous breathing after like 30 cycles of tireless resuscitation.
Hello?
After having a spontaneous breathing after the first arrest, within an hour another arrest that returns to spontaneous resuscitation. Then the patients later have arrest, the second arrest once again.
The slide is
Then
not moving, sir.
that's the
The slide is not moving for me.
Can you see this one?
Yeah, it is the first
see.
slide. Okay.
We can see it. We can see it now. Let's move to the more or less it is on the end of the presentation. You can move on the end of the presentation. It's almost time.
You can see this slide. You can see this one now.
Yeah, we can see it, but you can move to the end of
now.
slide.
Okay, sorry. So unfortunately, after an hour of spontaneous circulation, then the patient then have a second arrest, which makes, of course, the health worker look somehow frustrated after a 30 cycle of resuscitation of the first cardiac arrest. Then the patient, after recovering, then now have a second arrest. But for us as health worker, we should not relent. Then another cardiopulmonary resuscitation then continue once more. With collective efforts of all maternity resuscitation team, like another 10 cycle of CPR was done, and the patient then also have a good circulation. Then she then made an impressive stride in her recovery. She then recovered fully, and maternity team resilience and determination to save these patients was paramount. And of course, we are all happy. As a health worker, we are here to save life. The moment you see your patients after a relentless cardiopulmonary resuscitation, then you see your patient then recover. It's a very good outcome for us. So we are very happy. During hospitalization, and we still continue her care. Post-resuscitation care was continued under a close monitoring. The patient then become alert and communicating. She then have a stable vitals. Now the patient then started moving around the compound. Even though one of her baby then later died in CBU, on the spot when they were referred, but later she was discharged with the other baby, a healthy baby. Can you see this slide?
So moving. So can you just wind up for the interest of time, because we're running out of time and there are questions to be asked.
Yes, I'm almost finished. So in conclusion, Mrs. KK survived after experiencing a cardiac arrest and a testament to prompt emergency response. Of course, it's very important to have an emergency response in any healthcare setting. This response could be a nurse, could be a consultant, surgeon, could be a medical, clinical, doctors. These are all areas of this emergency response team. This should be present in all health facilities. So this case serves as a reminder for us. It serves as an importance of early recognitions, and then he called for help. Early CPR and then access to quality medical care, post-resuscitation care, and profound impact of multiple discipline care can also help our patients' recovery. Mrs. KK then continued to inspire medical communities, fellow patients alike, underscore the power of resilience and hope in order overcoming overcoming what difficulties.
Okay, thank you very
So
much. So
thank
this
you.
this was this
Yeah,
was
thank
an
you.
interesting presentation, even though there was difficulty in connection and so on. But this kind of clinical scenarios can be like an indirect sinus or markers which pronounce why we're there and why we're being accustomed to do. So, in
Yeah.
surgical practice or in cases of emergency, it's not only the skill, it is the decision that matters most. And peri-mortem
Yes.
care, as you said and stated earlier, and as it is known, so you have to decide within 4 minutes of unsuccessful TPR and attempt to deliver the baby within 5 minutes. This is just a fraction of time where, like in times of like cardiac arrest, unless it is a very well-functioning team, so this time can go by until you secure an Evaline or so. So this is a very impressive work. And I can see a well-functioning team in that operating theater. So kudos to the team who has saved this patient. And I would like to give the audience, if there is any reflection, if there is any question for them. So you can write on the chat box or you can just unmute yourself and ask your question.